Hello, friends, and welcome back. So, this is yet another one that I'm recording super late at night. I don't even know if I need to tell you at this point. I have two kids. One is under 3 months old. The other one has not been falling asleep until 10 o'clock at night for God knows what reason. So, I'm really tired. I mean, you get it, right? I'm, I'm a dad of young kids, and I'm tired all the time. You don't care. It's fine. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, I had a video that I put up where I talked about the time that I went super viral on TikTok. At the time, the video had around 620,000 views, something like that. It has actually continued to go up since then. It's up to over 800,000 views now. If you don't feel like going and watching that whole video, long story short, I had been releasing stuff kind of really consistently over the course of about 2.5 to 3 months. And then finally, I had this one that really exploded. And literally all it was me telling a dirty joke about Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Goofy that I remembered from my childhood. And for some reason, it just became this really big thing that got shared a lot and, like I said, viewed over 800,000 times. So, TikTok is weird in that way. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've worked very hard on that have fallen very flat. That one did pretty well. So today I'm going to talk about another one that I had just from this past week that also has done pretty well. Not quite to the same level as the Mickey Minnie joke, but well enough that I thought it might be interesting to just sort of talk about it and sort of go behind the reasoning of why I did it and why I think that one was successful where other ones might have failed. So in general, on TikTok, if you spend a lot of time on the platform, you'll notice that there's usually always one or two like really popular food trends at any given time. And usually these are food trends where there's something kind of like a visually interesting component to the food trend, but it's also easy enough that like pretty much anybody could do it at home. I mean, there's plenty of people on TikTok who are just like, chefs doing really amazing work and people enjoy watching their videos. But also people really tend to like these things where it's like, oh, that's cool looking and I can do that myself. So in 2020, the two biggest ones that you might remember if you are a person who spends any time on TikTok, were this like coffee drink thing where it was like you take it's like instant coffee and you whip it and it becomes this kind of big frothy thing. And then this other one that was popular was like a breakfast sandwich. The second one was pretty dumb, where you like take eggs and you cook the eggs and then you like put the bread on the eggs while you're cooking it and you just like flop it into itself and make it into a dumb sandwich. I don't know. Anyway, on TikTok this year, the kind of big food trend to get things started in the year 2021 is, maybe it'll be easier if I just kind of show it to you. So let's look at a few examples. So yeah, right. It's pretty clear cut what's happening here. You're taking a wrap, you're putting a little slit in one part of it, and then you're putting stuff on the different quadrants. So as a person who makes a lot of TikToks and who spends a lot of time on TikTok, my thought was, oh, I should do something kind of like with this trend. And in general, it just sort of got me thinking about kind of these TikTok trends and how when you spend so much time on TikTok, you just see these things and you start to think like, oh, I should do that, even if it's just an incredibly, stupid thing to do. Um, and I have to imagine that a lot of people actually do end up deciding like, oh, next time I'm thinking about making a wrap or whatever, maybe I'll give that a try. I know for a fact that like with the coffee thing, a lot of people ended up deciding to do that because people wanted to like take pictures for their Instagram or whatever. But I was thinking that like, if you're a person who's really into TikTok, but you're around people who aren't into TikTok and you actually try to do any of these like food hack, whatever things, people would, the non-TikTok people would look at you like you had, 4 heads, just like, why, why are you doing it this way? That's not very effective. Just make it the way people have been doing it for literally hundreds of years. So with that in mind, I made this TikTok.
Hey, can you make me a wrap? Yeah, sure. What are you doing? Making you a wrap, silly. That's not a wrap. That's not a wrap! I can't stop.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the long and short of it. Basically, I don't know if you could tell at the end there, I didn't even work very hard on the edit. The text got like a little messed up at the end, and I decided I was just gonna post it anyway. I did get a few comments from people noting that I was doing a really sloppy job with actually making the wrap thing because I was doing it all with one hand. But yeah, so this did pretty well for me. So far it's been 4 days and it has over 330,000 views, over 20,000 likes, and I think close to like 700 shares or something like that. So yeah, so it's done really well, and it's actually kind of helped my follower count grow by quite a bit. I had another video earlier in the week that also sort of went a little viral, but I'm not going to complicate this video more by talking about that. Maybe I'll save that for another time. But the one thing that I did just want to sort of say about this, if there's like a lesson to be taken from this, if you are a person who's, making your own TikTok videos, my lesson here, or at least my takeaway, would be that you have to sort of think generally about sort of like, okay, the TikTok videos that get really, really popular basically do one of a few things. They either, teach you something, they show you something that you kind of like, wish for or yearn for, like a cool vacation spot or whatever. They can be like nostalgic, nostalgia stuff tends to do really well. Or if you're going to do a comedy thing, like, something that's going to make people laugh, it either needs to be super out there and weird, or, it has to be something that a particular group of people can relate to. And I think that you can do jokes about whatever you want, and the algorithm actually does have like a pretty good way, even if you don't use hashtags, it kind of like finds the right niche for your joke. Like I had briefly mentioned, I had something kind of go a little viral earlier in the week that was just sort of like a little aside I made about, being a parent, and that basically like somehow managed to like get served almost exclusively to like parent TikTok, essentially. With this thing though, I think the reason it did so well is because if you are a person who spends a lot of time on TikTok, then this reference is like all you need. Like it's relatable enough because you are a person who uses TikTok, and this is essentially about people who use TikTok too much. It's much in the same way that Hollywood tends to kind of like award movies that are like about Hollywood. It'll always be like Oscar time, and there's always at least one movie in there, like La La Land or whatever, that's just like a total piece of garbage. But because it's sort of about the industry or the town or whatever, like, people in the industry in the town just think it's like the coolest thing in the world. This was my La La Land, this video. So anyway, I get, maybe I'll make some more food-based joke things. I guess there's some like weird cocktails that people mentioned in there too. But I don't know. I think ultimately at the end of the day, the real lesson is try to do things that people can relate to, but more importantly, just crank out a whole bunch of stuff, because for everyone that you have that, gets 300 however many thousand views, there's going to be a lot that, really just don't move the needle at all, including ones that I released like immediately after that have like, a few hundred views. So just keep trying, keep cranking it out. That's it. That's all I'm talking about for today. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. Not really going to edit this because, like I said, very tired. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you hung with me and you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to my best to keep these going. I think I might need to switch the day of release. Right now, just releasing these things on Saturdays when I have my work week, that's Monday to Friday, it just makes for a lot of stuff being all left for Friday night, which is just not very fun. But even just beyond that, I think the main thing is just I need kid number 2 to start sleeping through the night, and I need kid number 1 to start going to bed at a more reasonable freaking hour. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks so much for watching. Talk soon.